All right, so typically I would never recommend spring seeding. However, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Nasty. All right, here we are. What was I gonna say? All right, so the reason why I typically advise against so the reason, why can't I talk today? Nerves. It's like the first video back. All right, so the reason why I advise against seeding in the spring and recommend the fall is actually a few reasons. So typically, one, the weather is gonna be more forgiving. In the fall time, you're not getting as much rain. Springtime, you can have a lot of downpours that can wash away your seed. Second, there is a lot more weed pressure. And what I mean by that is we're competing with a lot more weeds in the springtime, like crabgrass and other things that we typically want to put down a strong pre-emergent. Now I have something to solve that, and we're going to talk about that later. However, there are things that you can do to be very successful with seeding in the springtime and preventing weeds, and I'm going to show you step by step how to do that right now. All right, so the first thing that you want to do, and in my opinion, aside from putting the seed down, this is the most important thing, and that is getting seed to soil contact. So as you see here, we took the Sunjoe Dethatcher. I love that little thing. That thing is awesome. But we took that over this, roughed up the top layer of the soil. Some of you might want to aerate. I typically only aerate every few years because my lawn just really isn't compacted, and I think dethatching or power raking is way more effective. So what that is just takes tines, runs through the top layer of the soil, loosens up the top bit of the soil so that the grass seed just has something to germinate into and root into. So that's step one, seed to soil contact. This will pull up some lawn junk or lawn debris that's in the grass, and there will be piles sitting on the lawn probably. You don't want that to sit on there. Rake it up and get rid of it, or just run it over, bag it up, you'll be good to go. We've got that taken care of. Now it is time for the grass seed, which is the most important part, obviously. If you want to grow grass, you gotta have grass seed. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you what grass seed to use. You can do your research and figure that out. Me, my backyard, I planted GCI Blue Heat. That is all Kentucky bluegrass. Kentucky bluegrass is gonna be harder to grow in the springtime because it takes a lot longer to germinate, and it definitely takes a lot longer to establish to where you can have a full lawn and be mowing it regularly. But it can be done, so I'm going to overseed a pound per 1,000 square feet. So this is perennial ryegrass right here. Honestly, Brett's Utah lawn was 100% this. He did a spring renovation, by the way, and it worked out great. Probably the softest and nicest lawn I have ever personally seen in person. Makes sense if you don't think about it. But, so this is perennial ryegrass, and perennial ryegrass is gonna be the easiest to grow in the springtime and have last through the summer because it germinates the quickest. It is going to establish quickest. And then tall fescue, which I'm not using, is going to be somewhere in between the bluegrass and the ryegrass. Quick note, planting grass seed in the fall, it's going to pop up quicker because the soil temps are warmer. Coming out of winter into spring, the soil temps are colder. It's gonna take longer to germinate. It's just how it works. So don't freak out, don't worry too much. Keep watering, keep doing your due diligence, and you're gonna be just fine. 1 pound of bluegrass per 1,000, 4 pounds of ryegrass per 1,000. Let's get after it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So anytime we are seeding, especially if we're doing thin areas like we're doing now, or you're doing bare areas, I definitely recommend top dressing with a thin layer of peat moss. What that's going to do, it's going to help let you know when it's time to water, when it changes colors, but most importantly, we have a lot of birds right now. As you can hear, the birds love to eat the grass seed, and this helps keep the birds away from your grass seed or off your grass seed. And then most importantly, it's going to help retain moisture. So I have seeded without peat moss, I've seeded wheat with peat moss, and the peat moss areas definitely always sprout and pop up sooner, and then they fill in sooner. So this is a messy job, very messy job. So one thing that I'm using right here is the Landsea peat moss spreader. You'll see it in action. This is the big boy. This is the 44-inch model. It holds twice as much, so I can fit about 2 bags of this peat moss in here, and it goes so quick, and you don't get dirty. That's the worst part of doing peat moss, is your hands get all messy, your legs get all messy because you're spreading it around. And so this thing right here just makes the job so much easier. Easy job, kind of like my prom date. So we got our light layer of peat moss down. Another reason why I love using this thing. Peat moss comes with a ton of chunks in it. You can see, and look at that. Actual like chunks of, it looks like mulch. And this thing, it collects it. It doesn't let it get out of these holes and onto your lawn, because I don't really want that debris on my lawn. And so, yeah, it collects all that junk. So next step, most important, well, not most important. I already gave the most important designation to the grass seed, but this is a close second. This is a two-parter where we're doing two things in one here with this application. In the springtime, you either need to do a pre-emergent or you need to seed. You have to choose. You normally can't do both, right? However, if you are seeding, we still want to prevent as many weeds as possible. We can't use the prodiamine. We have to use something like Mesotrione. If you've seen me use Tenacity, or if you have heard of Tenacity, it's the exact same thing. This is the generic version. This is what I'm going with right here. Half a teaspoon per 1,000 square feet. I have 2,500 square feet. I need 1.5 teaspoons in my jug to cover my entire spot. That is going to not, inhibit our good grass from growing. It's going to let our good grass grow, but it's going to prevent weed seeds from germinating and growing and doing all that stuff. So this is very important. I cannot stress this enough. If you are seeding, especially in the springtime, you got to use that. But before I add that to my tank, I want to first add this right here. So what this is the Sanctuary. I am so excited about this. I really am excited to bring you guys this. So this has been used on golf courses for a long time, and only on golf courses, only available to golf courses and professionals. It is called the Sanctuary. It's an 11-21-21. I'm not really getting hung up on that analysis. It is a water-soluble powder, and I'm really going to be using this. If you buy my guide, or if you don't buy my guide, a little spoiler alert, I am using this monthly in my plan. It's got a lot of micronutrients in it. It's got microbes, it's got yucca. It has a yucca in it, which is essentially a wetting agent. It's going to help get water and nutrients down into the soil, which is always a good thing. I will have a video coming up very soon only on this product. So I'm very excited. I think you guys are going to love this product. If you buy this, give it a shot, run it monthly or however often you want, really. I think you will be very happy with the results. That might be the best sounding smack I've ever heard, but I've already got one open. All it is, this one pouch right here covers 1 acre, so 40-some thousand square feet. Dump it in there and mix it up, and you're good to go. So I had a few questions from people when they saw my side yard in my last video. They're, how is it so green? I've been using this for the past couple months, spraying it during winter just so I can test it out more, see how it mixes and all that stuff. I am very excited about this. So if you buy this, you can only buy it from my website, actually. So I want to throw that out there. My website's the only place you can buy it, which I'm very proud of. I'm very excited about. You will get my regular LW sticker, and you'll get a fancy special sticker that's only available right now if you buy this right here. So those are the steps I think you should take to have the best chance at success when it comes to spring seeding. The only thing left to do here is water. So I'm going to water probably 3 times a day, 5 to 7 minutes each time. Easy peasy, we're gonna be good to go. So that is all I've got for you guys here today. Hit the subscribe button if you want more tips and tricks when it comes to taking care of your grass. I've got some things I'm really excited about that I don't think you guys are gonna wanna miss out. I think you guys are really gonna like it. So stay tuned. That's it. We'll see you next time. Okay, so we don't have anything growing yet, but I mean, it is getting green. That sanctuary, 3 days, and this baby is coming alive. Look at that green. Don't look at this right here along this over here, but green. So excited.